Hey there, this is Gospel Victor Steven. Welcome to my channel. Over here, I teach you how to live by design, prosper from rest, build a peaceful relationship, and step into womanhood and femininity. In today's video, I'll be speaking to how to submit to a laid back man. Yes, there are so many ladies that are in a relationship currently with a laid back man. He doesn't know how to make the move. To make a decision, he can stall on it for years. And some of them would still marry such a person and complain tomorrow. So I'm talking to you if you're a wife. This is helpful for you if you're a wife. If you're single, my advice to you: do not marry someone who is laid back if you know you cannot live with someone who is laid back. Huh? Now, if you're married to someone who is laid back, you're married already. There's nothing you can do about it. The first thing you need to do is to grow in the fruit of patience. Now, one thing I've learned in my marital journey, I've only been married for almost 2 years in this year by the grace of God. However, before now, I've watched and learned from a lot of couples and, of course, from courses too. Well, experientially, here is one thing I have learned. Many times, that thing you struggle with in your marriage is God opening you up to areas of your weaknesses that you can grow in, which is why most times before we get married, it is likely that you are attracted to someone of the opposite temperament, right? I know you've heard this a number of times, and it's true. Does it mean that two same temperaments cannot be attracted? They can be attracted, but more often than not, you're attracted to someone of the other temperament. And so this means that your strength is most likely the other person's weakness, which is why you are both married to help each other. This is for you. If you notice that this is your partner's weakness, you are there to help him because it's a strength to you. And your partner's strength is to complement your own weakness. That's why you're together. So, yes, you can be a very proactive person. So, for example, you could be a choleric, you're project driven, right? You like getting things done, you like giving orders, right? And you're married to a phlegmatic who, on the other hand, can be laid back. You can't force them to do things they don't want to do. They are internally motivated, male or female. This is not really about being a man now, right? They are internally motivated. They don't want to do what they don't want to do because they don't want to do it. And they won't even fight you over it. You can tell them, oh, please, I want you to do this. They will just say, okay. And guess what? They will not do it because they don't want to do it. Except they have, worked on their mind and they're like, okay, let's get this done, and then they push themselves to do it. So if you're married to someone like that, it can be a struggle because you're someone that's a single person. You've already connected the dots, pam pam. In fact, you're making the decision as you're going, as you're on the way. Oh, there's a problem. Oh, let's go. You don't even know the solution. As you're going, you're thinking of the solution. But on the other hand, a phlegmatic can be like, oh, there's a problem. What was the cause of the problem? What led to the problem? What happened? The phlegmatic is trying to process, and then when he's done processing, he's now thinking, okay, how can we solve the problem? And so you're like, God, it's a struggle. I know, I know, I know. Now, here's what you can do if you're married to such a person: put a structure to your marriage. If in this time, 2025, you don't have a structure in your marriage, start doing the work now. Start doing the work. Put a structure. What that means is have a conversation with your partner. Baby, boo, honey, love, I would want us to put a structure in our marriage such that on this day of the week, we do this, right? Note it down. Don't just say word of mouth. Write it down. Document it, right? Put it somewhere in your house where everybody can see it. On this day, we do this. This would also help you if you have laid back children. Put a structure. It will help your partner know that, oh, on this day I have date night with my wife. So it would help him, step up. Two, if you're the type of person that you're proactive, it is important for you to foresee a problem and prefer solution before it happens. Don't wait for you now say that, okay, there's school fees to pay for your children, and you have a laid back partner that you know that cannot really hustle like you can hustle and get things done. This doesn't mean you should, as a lady, this doesn't mean that you should decide to be the hero, right? You know, some ladies of this temperament have hero complex. You want to save everybody, you want to save everyone, and you begin to carry burdens that are more than you can carry. What you should do, once you notice that, oh, this is the way my partner is, from time, you know that it may take him some time to put up the children's school fees if he's not someone that's prudent with his finances. As you're getting finances for your feeding, add some amount of money. When the feeding money comes, you remove that extra you added and put it somewhere because you know that is for children's school fees. Because you don't want your children to be stranded. That is his weakness. You came into his life, is your strength. You have to help him. That's what you signed up for. Yes, I know it's hard, which is why I said you have to grow in patience. Yes, you have to grow in patience. So yes, it is one thing to build a structure to your mind, but secondly, you have to be proactive. You now have to use that skill in your home. It is good enough for you to use that skill in your office and be paid for it. Bring it home, girl, because it will help your children too. And if you're married to a laid back person and you're proactive, chances that you would have either a laid back child and a proactive child is high because you're not going to a tree. How do they say that? An apple tree will not fall from a mango tree. It's what you both carry on the inside of you that you would produce, right? So you don't want to be a proactive mother, have a laid back child, and break that child because that child is not proactive like you. You need to begin to put systems and structures in place. You see, so you have to be able to foresee situations before they happen and prefer solution on time, right? On time. True. If you have seen that a problem wants to happen, let me say it's going to happen December 2025, start telling your partner from June or from March. Don't even tell him it's happening December. Tell him in March that it's happening in April. Do you see? Because you know it's going to take him time to think over that thing. He will think about it till September. Tell him it's happening in April or in May. I'm not saying you should lie to your spouse. I'm saying apply wisdom because wisdom is profitable to direct. Okay? So you have to put timeline for your partner too. Put a timeline. Put a timeline so that you don't get frustrated when the D-Day comes and your partner does nothing. Put a timeline. Let him know that, oh, this thing is going to happen here, but you know it is here. Do you see what I'm saying? Put a timeline. Okay. The next thing you need to do is to send reminder. There's Google Calendar. Link your Google Calendar with his Google Calendar. From your device, just put it on this date. We're having date night. Put it there. Google would remind him. Reminders will pop up on his phone. Date night, date night, date night. You can also send a text. Hey, baby, we're having this. I know you like surprises. I know. But there's no harm in telling him, baby, surprise me. Yes, I know it will not give that energy of, oh, he surprised me. You want results. So you're going to do what you need to do to get results. Maybe next time in your next life, you marry a proactive man. But promise me I promise you, when I say that you actually married who you should marry, right? The next thing you need to do is put stick notes around the house, the places you know he goes to regularly. Maybe in the on the mirror in the bathroom when he's going to brush his teeth, put it there. Yes, it is true that some men don't put it everywhere. In his car, put it there. On his journal, put it there. Yeah, put it everywhere. It's a lot of work. You can say that, oh, you cannot be looking after the children and still be doing this. My dear, systems and structure. When there's a structure in your own life too as a lady, you discover that it becomes easier for you to do with time. And then, of course, you have to pray because when you're dealing with someone who is laid back, such a person is internally motivated. So you have to pray that God begins to fire up a sense of urgency in that person's mind. You have to pray that God begins to make him restless until he needs to do that thing. And there are times where you also need to flip the switch sometimes. Yes, yes. There are times where sometimes you need to flip the switch. And then sometimes you also have to make him see the consequences of being laid back. I know. Sometimes you would leave him, sometimes don't step in, don't try to save him, let him stall on the issue, miss the opportunity, then realize that it was because he did not take action when he should take action, and that's why such opportunities slip through his fingers. he would learn from it and he would get better. I hope you've been able to gain a thing or two from this. If you learned a thing or two, do let me know in the comments down below. And if you know someone that should see this, don't forget to share it to them. Till I come your way again, this is Gossip Rita Steven. Do enjoy the rest of your day.